guys, it's Scarlett here. Today I thought it'd be kind of fun to do a tag video. So I kind of made my own tag. I'm gonna call it the Summer Witch tag video because, whoops, there goes my cats. Because it's coming towards the end of August and thus the end of summer. So I thought it'd be kind of fun to make some questions and talk to you guys about what you did this summer, you know, what kind of things within your spiritual practice, whether that's like Wicca or traditional witchcraft or paganism. But yeah, so kind of seeing what you guys did as well. So I wrote some questions here. So I'll put these in the description down below. So after this video, if you want to make your own video response for the tag, I'd love to hear that as well. So the first question for my summer tag video is, where do you like to go to connect with nature during the summer? And it's such a great season for connecting with nature because, I mean, the obvious, it's warmer out. So for those that live in cold climates like me here in Chicago, I definitely am able to spend a lot more time outside than I am the rest of the year. And so what I like to do is I go to Lake Michigan here in Chicago. I live pretty close to the lake, so I try to every morning go for a walk or a run. Sometimes I connect that with like a little walking meditation or some morning meditation practice during that time as well, so to really kind of take in the sights and sounds and smells of the lake. And yeah, so it's a really great season for that. I still try and do a walk to the lake every day, but during winter I don't always make it. So but yeah, so that's the first question. Question number 2 is, how do you incorporate summer plants and flowers into your practice? So this was kind of fun because this year for both Litha and Lammas, the 2 Sabbats, I actually made flower crowns, which was really fun. I hadn't really made many crowns before, so I got some floral wire and I bought some flowers and some fresh flowers, and I kind of just arranged them and kind of taped them on there. So they weren't perfect, but it was really fun to be able to kind of incorporate that kind of summer, you know, flowers, the summer energy within that. And I also just kind of like, as a general thing in the summer, I find that I eat a lot more like salads and fresh fruit and things like that. So I'm kind of like to try as much as possible to eat seasonally as kind of another way to connect with the changing seasons, you know, throughout the wheel of the year. Question number 3, along the same lines, what is your favorite summer herb? So I would say my favorite summer herb is definitely mint. I love mint tea, especially in the afternoons when you're feeling a bit tired. Having just a cup of mint tea kind of really refreshes you and like gets you awake during that afternoon slump. And then, I mean, to be honest, I also really like mint juleps and mojitos during the summertime, so mint is good for that too. So definitely one of my favorite herbs for both magical and non-magical practices during the summer. Let's see. Question number 4. What did you do for Litha, which is the summer solstice, as well as Lammas this year? So I did pretty much a similar thing for both Litha and Lammas. There is a group here in Chicago that I meet up with, and we do a group ritual. So I participated as one of the elemental energies. I represented air for that ritual, for both of them actually. And I also did tarot readings while I was there, as well as a tarot workshop as part of kind of the full day of Sabbath activities. So yeah, I'd love to know what you guys did for Litha and Lammas. So we have question number 5. Do you have a favorite spell or ritual that you've done this summer? For me, I don't have anything specific, but one of the things I do every day is that when I have tea in the morning, or oatmeal in the morning. I use honey and I put it in a invoking like pentagram symbol as I'm pouring the honey in, and I take that moment to ask for health, prosperity, and happiness within my life. So I kind of just try and bring that energy in while I'm pouring the honey into my morning tea. And sorry, the cats are going wild. And yeah, so trying to bring that positive energy in each morning. Let's see. Question number 6. What is your favorite, or do you have a favorite witchy book that you've read this season? So I would probably say that my favorite book that I've read this season is Grimoires, a history of magic books by Owen Davies. So this book is kind of a historical account of the various kind of magical texts throughout history, and how they've influenced kind of, you know, magical grimoires even today. So it's a bit of an intense read, very a bit dry at times, I'll be honest, but for history buffs, and I'm definitely like a history buff, I would recommend it because it's really good to get some kind of historical context behind grimoires and why we write our own today. So I would definitely recommend this one. I'll link this in the description down below as well. Let's see. So I have 2 more questions. The next one is about something recent. So did you see the eclipse, and what was your experience like? So I saw the eclipse here in Chicago. So it wasn't a full solar eclipse. It wasn't totality. It was around like 84%. I was planning originally on going down to Carbondale, Illinois, but that would have been like a 5-hour drive there and back, and it would have been a lot to get done in one day. So I decided to stay here, and I had like the cool glasses, and so I just kind of went out by the lake and watched it. It was a bit cloudy, unfortunately, but I was able to see kind of a decent amount of it. So you know, it was definitely a really interesting experience. I kind of wish I had just kind of gone down to Carbondale so I could have experienced totality, because it wasn't, you know, the full experience, but I did definitely feel kind of this kind of excitement, this energy around the eclipse. I know eclipses have meant various different things throughout history. They've definitely foretold times of change and intense change. So it'll be interesting to kind of see, you know, what's in store, you know, in the future. But yeah, I'd love to know your kind of eclipse story, if you were able to see it, or if you were in the path of totality, and if you kind of felt any kind of energy throughout the experience. So my last question is, what are you looking forward to in autumn? So this is probably the most basic witch thing, but I mean, Samhain's my favorite Sabbath as well. I really like Mabon too, so definitely looking forward to those celebrations. I'm, you know, really just kind of also just looking forward to the seasons change, the leaves turning. Autumn's really beautiful here in Chicago, and I just, you know, you get this kind of like really fresh feeling when it starts to cool down at the beginning of September, even towards the end of August maybe, and you just during the summer you kind of sometimes feel like lethargic, and that fresh burst of like crisp air, you just like have all this, or at least I do, have all this energy and excitement and things to look forward to, and it's just kind of that weird feeling. I think spending so many years of our lives going to school like in September, even though it's been many years since I've gone to school, at the beginning of every fall I still get this feeling of like new beginnings and fresh starts. It just still stays with me. Maybe it stays with you too. So I always feel like every fall is a fresh start. So I'm looking forward to that. I'm looking forward to the Sabbats, celebrations during fall, and yeah, so tell me your thoughts. I tag all of you fellow witches or Wiccans or pagans to tell me about your summer experience within your spiritual practice. So I'll again put those questions down in the description below, and please send me a video response. I think it'd be fun to hear from the wider community. And yeah, I hope you're all doing great, and I'll talk to you later. Bye!